So I'm just taking slow today. Um, there is some very light music on, but I think when I'm and with the AC on, I don't think it's going to be hearable. I also would like to know where my other went because I was sure I had it over here the other day, but whatever. Um, I'm just multitasking. I wasn't I wasn't sure whether I wanted to do a YouTube video today, but I've done a few things and then I decided I would. Nothing really starts with the festival until about 11 anyway, which is a little more than an hour away. And since I don't drive, with the possibility of rain storms coming in and the the not so much the issues of the smoke from the fires. I mean, it's hard what a lot of people are going through because of it. And I thought I had a strong sense of different. I mean, this smells kind of, although I do and don't like that makes me miss about camping, but I haven't really noticed it, even though they've been saying that there's been local smoke. So, but some would say the air quality is not that great. I don't know if I agree with that, but it could potentially be. I'm waiting for some things to maybe fall into place, but until then, it doesn't look like I'm going out today. So here I am on YouTube, in the beer left. I was there for a few seconds. So I'm just multitasking. I am doing something kind of special that I don't know how much I want to say about it, but I'm going to kind of do that, multitask a little bit. Yeah. Here's looking interesting on the hat today. Um, hmm. I believe I can't remember who that was talking about. But you know what? The dog's laying on the chair, so I could get up without him. I just have to very, very quickly do something. I hate to go off camera, but nobody's here right now anyway, so I also just want to make sure I do have chat on. Um, yeah, without the radio on, I'm just hearing it occasionally, and hopefully that's what YouTube's hearing. I'll try to maybe a smidgen. Maybe a smidgen. Got a lighter thing in there. I think I end up turning it up. Oh yeah. I kind of don't. Oh, welcome. I kind of don't really know what. I'm just looking for now my other sock, but oh well, it's okay. I kind of don't. Let's figure this out together. What kind of topic we want to talk about? Um, the person left, but they were really there for a few seconds, so they really didn't want to be here anyway. That's another way. Well, for the most part, I don't know. I wasn't going to, but I quit a bit of YouTubing the other day. But oh right, I was looking, but then I wasn't noticing either. All right there. Well, if you're someone that is busy enough and has connections, and you figure, well, spam is likely spam, so I'm not gonna look at it. Oh, it's Mr. Busy. Okay. Um, and God is leading. Then no, but then I guess what. Um, so yes, this is one where I would suggest, if you're seeing this after the fact, if there's any, I'm not going to edit it because it's a bit tricky, I find, to do so, and just yeah, I probably wouldn't. But any points where there, well, I don't know about while it's live, but someone again was just there for a few seconds. I'm only going to have so much patience seeing that a few times. But it's only been 5 minutes. But I think I've seen it like 3 times. Don't know if it's been the same person, but yeah, basically, um, after the fact though, if let's do comment into the post as well. If you see this and it seems like a slow point in the video, because this is just, you know, that does it. Lots of people do it. Lots of people are also a bit more organized, but and sometimes I am. Like I did a very organized music one the other day, or very kind of focused, and got a lot in there. But sometimes we have some time and we wanna roll live and and do that. So, um, but yeah, I don't really have a topic in mind. Um, so I mean, I do and I don't. I do and I don't. I do actually have an interesting. Well, nah, that one I don't think I do. But yeah, so just skip ahead. If this ends up being fairly lengthy, you know, I totally understand not wanting to just sit here and wait for the next, wait for the momentum, sorry, to pick up. Um, so yeah, you can totally skip ahead. It's fine with me. It is. It's just more comfortable down here. More room to kind of spread things out, and just more comfortable than being up there. Very stuffy. Because there will be some slow points. Because I kind of don't want to talk when there's nobody here. I am sort of multitasking, and I feel a little bit slow, energy-wise, this morning. Partly the weather, partly I just am. But I sleep. So, and yeah, it's just about 10ish. So interesting that they both have that type of notification to do before. But sorry, she's not the friendliest. That's a very interesting picture. Oh wow, huh? So we could talk about. Here's a topic. Here's a topic. Maybe about the person left or whatever. Um, Photography. That could have been an interesting topic. This is an interesting photo. It's interesting because it looks like she actually, one of her parents must share a last name with me because her grandfather does. Um, and she's sitting on a chair, and he's in the middle chair of three, and she's kissing his cheek, and she's got her legs on his lap. I mean, it's kind of a sweet or endearing photo. there's a part of me that thinks it's a little odd. I mean, I guess some people have close families. Now, she's also, I guess she hasn't posted in a while either. So even if I did decide, she's also, listen, but that was just two of them. Then here's a whole family photo, and she's not. Anyway, she's also, yeah, I might get back to us, but she also did it really promise attack. Um, what I guess I should explain for anybody that is, because it's only 10 minutes in, for anybody that does watch us afterwards and hasn't skipped ahead and is wondering what I'm doing. I mean, I'd rather say it when there was more people here to also hear it, um, but that's fine. I go when uh, person's post to let them know that I was going to message them and just who our mutual was in that. But um, like I am thankful that I met what's her face and what's her face and what's her face. Yeah, I mean she was a passenger, so I didn't know if that meant that she didn't drive or not. But that's another topic, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe everybody's different. Some people are open or just don't get worried like others may. But when you meet somebody and they have a partner, and you're a certain, well, if you're very diverse, well, that you're very diverse. um, you know, but if the partner begins to, form, the second time I've used the word kinship today, although I thought that it meant like relative, but form a kinship, then or a friendship. Um, where's the about tab? That's weird. Hmm. Then that I guess helps, right? But um, well, I'll look through this stuff just to make sure there's nothing that I want to have with me if I do in fact go out later. But I guess I still haven't said, so I will in just a moment. I think I want to wait a minute or two to see if there's anybody tuning in to hear me say it, and also another reason. I mean, that's just not good energy, right? I'm sorry. you know. Although I really, oh really, huh? Although I understand the sentiment, but I wouldn't make it my profile picture. Like just kind of sending that energy out to everybody, certain people, kind of thing. But yeah, that's a well, and that too. So that's unfortunate because this person um, is a works in the same industry, I guess you could call it, as a friend of mine who passed away. Um, and okay, that did actually load, I think. Where is it? I don't know. What's it? What's this? Anyway, works in the same industry. Um, as welcome, as a friend of mine, yeah, that passed away, and he has a post. It's back in April with a new number posted, and there's also something else that's showing a business card. So even though April was a few months ago and he hasn't posted, it looks like since then. Um, there would be a way to reach him. I'm sorry, Ray. Like I say, some people can't support you in public because they're trying to talk about you in private. Yeah, I'm not feeling this particular individual. But I felt like my friend who passed away, and I felt not long after she did too, would like me to not only know some of her family, and I did know her sister a little bit, and around that time briefly, but also, and I mean, we did also, and I looked then too because I wasn't sure how I'd get to the funeral, and I really wanted to, um, and um, how I did was kind of interesting, I guess you could say, kind of slightly a surprise of sorts. Um, but it's amazing. That still looks like it's going by her. The rest, yeah. Um, Now the radio is completely off, right? Yeah. Well, I didn't want this getting muted if it was heard. Although, like I said, I was just hearing the occasional piano sound, but it isn't a trigger, so it's fine. Um, um, really, that's interesting. I think I probably did notice that before. Um, so I don't know for a but again, for anybody that's like, well, I wanted to kind of hear what the one concept, the only idea it seems like you might have with this video, kind of before anybody else gives you any potentially. Um, they might be saying you started to say, but I still don't think I have. Again, I still also feel like it makes more sense to wait till somebody's here to hear me say it. But this is not super far into the video, so maybe I might as well. Um, Basically, I'm trying to think. I kind of remember who it was. Basically, my friend that passed away, I feel like she feels that it would be nice for me to know some of her friends, um, and then me, and also to enjoy some of the summer together, and then hopefully a lasting connection. I mean, and there was some other, just as I said that part, but I mean, and yeah, I thought I'd messaged this guy. Whoops. But because even though there can be the fear of loss, fallout, death, um, um, you can't go through life without connections. You know, you can't go through life without connections because we're social creatures. You know, we need each other through the hard times. We need each other, to be with each other in the good times. It's just this current chapter in my life. I thought I had messaged this guy. Maybe I didn't. It's a common name. And I only remember because they were connected to this person, and there was another reason. But other than that, and this person doesn't have a list showing, so it's a common. The only thing I'm kind of thinking, just a moment here. Whoops. Um, I don't know. Reloaded anyway. Okay. Is I was sure I'd missed this one before, but maybe not. Interesting that there's two G's. None of the photos except for yeah showing on top. I know I thought so, and then I wasn't sure, but now I'm thinking so again. So, um, yeah, I almost kind of remember a couple things. Oh, maybe it was that. I don't know. Well, I guess they probably are, because they I don't know, they probably just are. Okay, so that's three. I kind of just like to get something nailed down, you know. So yeah, if I haven't said basic, oh no, I think I did say actually. So I'm gonna save my breath. Well, and it's interesting because a production company, it says, well, that they last posted in 2022, but it was within this year. I thought that they'd posted more recently. And as far as this goes, okay. Yeah, that looks a bit like Conan O'Brien. I mean, for anybody that hears this, the other purpose of this video, well, that is a very interesting looking cat. It's just got a very wispy neck hair. Don't know if it's picking it up very well on the screen, but anywho, um, the other reason why I do this video, and sometimes when I have this reason, so very unfortunately, sometimes very quietly received, which is, you know, disappointing. But um, just gonna show this one from a distance. Oh no, that was awesome. 2024, eh? I accidentally either, I think I just opened a new tab. Yeah, nothing starts for another half hour anyway, and it's just too like, and I can't tell from the sky the way it is right now if it's going to start raining, but it supposedly might. So I mean, that's that's being someone that would be biking. I don't think that it would make sense to go anywhere. Still have a few days. The more I look at the grass, yeah, I'm not sure. My device, this browser is sometimes slow to kind of go back. Like that's how long it took. I think you may have been able to tell when I started the process just now. It's kind of slow to get back. Okay, no, to get back to the open tab options on this device. But they want to be there for others too. You know, I don't know whether I think it's weird for someone to call their kid a beauty for their grad and wears the grad cap. But oh yeah, I remember coming across this person before. Vaguely familiar, but only has two public. Well, I guess yeah, that's a really nice. She hasn't posted a lot. Well, I can't ask for it. It's only because of the second part. It could be easier this way, honestly, because that's taking a while. That's driving you. Ooh, No, but if it don't load, then I guess not. I don't know why it's being so slow. I could try over there. Hmm. This device wants to be quicker about it. Back before the funeral again. I just don't want to find them just like waiting for a bunch of night or many of the craziness of that. I wonder. I noticed that she knows two or three people, this friend of mine, who it seems like those septum piercings, which I don't understand, are very, very popular. You don't see nose rings very often. I'm mixed about them, but I think they I like them better than here, and I think they'd be easier to get as well. Um, um, and what else do? But um, I've noticed about three or four people that she knows that have these. I don't know if it is kind of, I mean, because people like the physical, and I get it. I can be that way, but there is their way of remembering, although there's many ways. A person that passed, or maybe be inspired by them, you could say. And I wonder if that's the case. Because, like with that one, for instance, that I just saw, although apparently, is it the second ones you can take out? Which I can't even envision that either. Getting them in once and getting used to it would be plenty for me, but I don't intend to do it anyway. So, but um, I don't think she had one before. Yeah, like I say, otherwise, this was intended to be very viewer led, topic wise, and it just really hasn't been. So, hasn't really. I'll keep it as well. It's already been half a year, 6 months. Yeah, this particular person was like a couple of days after our friend passed, and then actually only one other in 2022. But looks like a nice person. I mean, they got great smiles. I know you're like, well, but I'm bored. I had nothing else to do. I would possibly have tried to plan going out. I was here right now anyway. not really showing it. The lighting, it seems kind of bright in the picture. Like I say, I would have planned maybe going out to the festival area and taking that in a bit, but the weather. So I mean, and I'm thinking of my friend. I am, and so I'm doing this, and I'm sorry. It's just because there's only two posts, and it just seems odd to me. He also lost a partner quite young, a pregnant one, I believe, in an auto accident. So that's sad. Kind of a normal on that. I wonder, and unfortunately, you can't tag people. Well, I notice when I participate in live chats, other people that are in there, um, other people that are yeah are able to kind of communicate with each other that way. But otherwise, nope. Because there's there. Well, I don't know if I'd spelled the one name, but there's two people I'm kind of wondering about, and that's another reason why I'm posting because I'm hoping that they might tune in, and I'm wondering how they're doing. One of them I only know on here. The other one I do know in another site, but doesn't really seem to be on there very much. And he was talking about starting up a channel too, but again, his name's common, so I don't think and I don't know if he'd go by it when he does so. So I don't really know how to find it. He sent me, but that's on LinkedIn. I don't know what that's on, so I don't know. Well, messages have sent. It's just none of the images are loading along the top properly. Um, Speaking of images, okay, is this supposed to look like a face? That's what I can't tell. Yeah, I think it's supposed to look like Darth Vader. Does he now? Went from working at a bar to working at a. Okay. I never understood digital creator profiles because I mean everybody's profile is digital, and this guy has 528 followers, isn't following anybody, and has no content. So I mean, sorry, Ray, but that's just weird to me. I don't like weirdness. Well, I mean, some of it I can handle, and some of it I am maybe, but haughtiness. It's messing with my head. It's like I thought you'd like it, my friend. I mean, I agree. There's a lot of beautiful people out there. She says, but you know, that it's also more than looks, right? And I wanted to help you see that, remind you of that. And I know. Also, smiles go a long way, though. You know what I mean? But no, I mean, I do and don't feel like I need the reminder of it, but we all do sometimes. I mean, it's not that, you know, appreciating someone's beauty is a bad thing, but I keep wanting to say the phrase "beauty's only skin deep." I don't know. You know what I mean, and you mean what I know. Voice as a weapon, singing and learning songs. Someone has 101.7K followers. This channel had kind of been dormant for a while and then came back, and it for a while it picked up quite well, and then it really varies. There's just so much on YouTube. But hers. I don't think that third one was necessary. And out of all those people that follow her, she couldn't follow one back. Like, what the heck? Heck the what? It isn't a unique looking dog. I mean, it's essentially a corgi, but this is a great photo. Um, I'm just gonna try and get it so that it doesn't show the person's name, which usually all you have to do is press on the photo, but that's not. Maybe I'll just put my hand over it. I just think that this is a great photo. Hopefully, it'll show okay. If you hold it still for a few moments, it kind of comes in clearer, right? Standing on the rocks. It's good balance too, for that matter. And yeah, they're short legs, but I thought corgis had shorter legs, and that's a very striking. Again, I don't want to be too specific, but I believe this is someone that knows Ray. So if these photos look familiar to you, reach out to me because I think we have someone in common. It kind of is clearing up. I would just, with no, a couple of people I know that have cars I don't think are available today. So that might include can't pick me up or can't accommodate a bike. And I just don't know if I was to go down there to the festival grounds and it started pouring, would I easily be able to stay out of the rain? A little bit can be refreshing and okay, a little bit of light rain. But would I eat and how long would I have to wait before I get back? Would it be raining all afternoon? You know, but it looks. I mean, the other person in the house says that just before we went out, was outside. I wasn't, and the sun was out and it was raining. So I guess it might even be raining right now. I don't know, but it looks like the weather's holding out. Um, I almost was thinking of this one, but then right, sorry. Where is it? I don't know. No, I'm not seeing it. But then I heard about one of their past shows. But yeah, it's just. I mean, let me check the. Just a moment here. See if it's been updated. Weird. Just before I reloaded it, it said there was a 30% chance of showers. Now it's not saying the percent. Both in the description, although they do say it ends this afternoon. It's late this afternoon, but I'm young and fairly healthy. Not super windy. Nice breeze. Although biking, I've noticed sometimes I don't really notice that. Actually, even though it still says, I mean, the image, like I look at Tuesday, which is today, I guess, yeah, and like I see lightning and lots of raindrops. I look at Wednesday and I see three raindrops. I look at Thursday and it's completely sunny, and Friday too, and quite warm. Unfortunately, 30% to showers at this point on the weekend. Definitely wanted to be doing some biking to some things on the weekend. But today, it might hold out. It actually might when it says that it's supposed to improve on the weekend. And I was intending, I've done some festivaling with peeps. So I don't want to miss a call, but they can leave voicemail. I don't know if I know this one's voicemail. You know what? I just want to do something quickly. But I think I'm going to wrap this up and see if there might be something, because for 46 minutes it's been quite quiet. I have been feeling like I need to go upstairs for something. Um, so, and I know I just looked at this, but well, I kind of want them to know this anyway. But I also, before I do that, and that will remind me, hopefully, especially if I put them side by side. Um, this is hard out. I just wanted to quickly look at this and maybe think about reading it. I think it's great when we can be there for each other and continue to be, you know, and can make things easier for each other. Whether you know a person or not, I think that's there's a lot of power. Whoops, a lot of power in that, and it's something that we all want and desire from time to time. But and actually, yeah, I kind of I read the first part, the last part, and we'll make the middle a bit of a surprise. Yes, I can do it alone. I've been doing it alone for a long time. It's in a group I'm in. I've carried pain, memories, and heavy emotions sometimes all at once. I've figured things out on my own, even when no one noticed anything was wrong. I've comforted myself, answered my own questions, and kept going when it got lonely. People always say you're strong, but they don't realize this strength wasn't a choice. It was a survivor skill. I had to build it slowly when no one else was there. So yes, I can handle things alone. I just wish I didn't always have to. And I don't always have to. And I don't think most people do. But you can definitely experience often having to, and what that can be like. I also just finished the big stick for the shift, but um, so you could say I just have to duck out, so I work an extra hour out to get into the thing. It's right, simple. No, um, hopefully. But then she was having car problems too, so I don't know. Um, which I was in the car a couple times recently, and it seemed just fine to me. She might just be panicking over a small thing, but I mean, my step kind of does mechanical stuff, so I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know that guy's movies. It's interesting that there's a performance in the festival that's based on some guy's movies. Um, he's from the '80s, but which is I was just kind of coming into things then, but and it's improvised, which is interesting because that it's gonna not be that much like the movies, even if I was familiar with them. But because I'm not, maybe that wouldn't bother me so much. But it's kind of odd, right? I don't know. Um, this one really actually has intrigued me when I've looked at it before, and I just want to take a quick look. And it's funny because when you click the see more section, like say we have a theater festival going on right now. When you click to see more, oh, matinees. Oh, nice. I think this is Bam. Telemarketing. Hello? Hello? Then I heard a little noise. Which, anyway, I'm going to share that. Oh, really? Huh. I don't know who it's directed by. It's really unfortunate that my friend is back in Ontario because this one, what was the venue? Yeah, unfortunately, it's one of the further venues, but I might be able to just enjoy something from the website. I'll check that out. I don't know what that's supposed to look like. Anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap this up now. But yeah, it's unfortunately not an easy one for me to get to. So nope. Uh, I gonna wrap this up now. But no, I just think that this is amusing, so I'm gonna share this first. Um, Warnings such as like coarse language, content warnings. This one, it just says this show describes a real life which has been through some shit. Some content may disturb viewers or make them feel understood. I love it. And okay, there we are. Yeah. Um, I could try to do that one myself. Just to get out of the house, do something enjoyable. So we do have somebody just tuned in. I'm just thinking of a very quick phone call I have to make, and I've been meaning to go upstairs for a while. But I'm happy that you're here, but you left, so I don't know whether I'm happy about that or not, because like I say, I do want to do some other stuff. They're probably like, well, that's true. They may have been like, well, I would have stayed, but it sounds like you're not going to, so I guess I'll go. But actually, I would have. If they would have, I would have. But anyway, so for future reference, anybody that skips along or watches this whole thing, even for future reference when that occurs. But when you know, you know. Anywho, as far as like that, that I would do that. Anywho, I'm gonna wrap up now. So talk to you later. Bye.